and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now, the US and Israel launched a major joint military operation against Iran on February 28. The strikes targeted Iranian leadership, air defenses, missile sites, nuclear facilities and IRGC assets, aiming for regime change and neutralization of nuclear missile threats. Israel reports the initial attacks killed around 40 top figures, including Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the Defense Minister, Chief of Armed Forces Staff and IRGC commander, now in its fourth day. The conflict features intense ongoing strikes and counter-strikes, and with that, let's take a look at the latest visuals coming in from the war. Right. These nighttime footage captures the US Embassy compound in Riyadh under intense illumination from security lights, with the perimeter fence, marked vehicles and a distant city skyline visible against a dark sky. Smoke and flames rise from part of the structure. As reports claim, an Iranian drone strike caused a fire, though some sources suggest it may be unrelated or exaggerated damage. The US Embassy in Riyadh issued a shelter-in-place alert following the reported drone hits. Visuals include emergency notifications, staff moving to protected areas inside the compound, dim emergency lighting and signage, directing personnel to safe zones amid the ongoing regional escalation. Here's another video that the US Central Command released. This is a video showing American forces destroying an Iranian naval facility in the Gulf of Oman, saying Tehran's fleet in the waterway has been reduced from 11 ships to 0 in 2 days. According to several reports, Saudi-led Peninsular Shield forces have crossed into Bahrain via the King Fahd Causeway and taken up positions on the streets of the island. Remember, Iran has repeatedly targeted and struck the US 5th Naval Fleet base in Bahrain. Lebanon was unwantedly brought into the war after Hezbollah aimed targets in Israel, shooting projectiles after Khamenei's assassination. Israel has, of course, hit back. The footage on your screen shows the destruction of the Al-Manar TV building in Harith Creek after Israeli strikes. Al-Manar is Hezbollah's main broadcast network. Loud Israeli raids rocked Beirut last night, with the strikes targeting key Hezbollah infrastructure as well as the Al-Manar TV station. Here's a video as Israel strikes its targets in the Lebanese capital. Let's listen in. The US Central Command has shared several videos as they continue to target and strike Iranian military and nuclear infrastructure. The next footage shows the Arleigh-Burke-class destroyer USS Pinckney launching Tomahawk cruise missiles in support of Operation Epic Fury on day 3 of the campaign against Iran. Iran has launched fresh strikes against Israel, shooting a barrage of missiles towards Tel Aviv in what it calls retaliation for the US-Israeli joint strikes. Sirens were sounded even in the early hours of today in Tel Aviv. Let's listen in. Now, Iran has launched another major attack on Israel targeting Tel Aviv. On your screen is a footage from Tel Aviv, where the impact of an Iranian missile that seems to have penetrated the Iron Dome can be seen. According to Iranian media reports, Iran launched a very large barrage of ballistic missiles at Israel, and some have breached the Iron Dome air defense system. Another video is yet again from Tel Aviv. Missiles have been soaring over Tel Aviv. Here's another video as an Iranian missile punctures Israeli defenses and strikes Tel Aviv. In the right corner, you can see a missile striking its target before bursting into an explosion. Iranian missiles lit up Tel Aviv skies. These are the visuals as cluster munitions enter the Israeli airspace. But in situations of war, it's not always that you're hit by enemy strikes. Here are the visuals as Jordan Air Defense hits its own base during missile intercept, plunges into darkness. This war, viewers, has not just stayed between Iran and Israel. Arab nations like the UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait and Qatar have also been targeted by Iran, especially after the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Here are the visuals as Iraqi Saraya Avliya Al-Dam allegedly claimed a drone strike in Erbil, saying the target was a hotel housing US soldiers. The next video is from Dubai. According to reports, a Shahed 136 drone has caused significant damage to a building in Dubai where American military personnel were stationed. This footage was captured by a local and you can see one of the buildings being destroyed. The next set of visuals is coming in from Beirut. While one video shows the moment of impact in Beirut during the Israeli strike, another video was recorded by a local as Beirut's Dahieh was struck again. Hezbollah-linked Noor radio was stationed reportedly hit in the strike. In another video, a heavy strike in Beirut's southern suburbs is also captured on camera. Let's take a look at this last visual. Now here's a satellite comparison of the Natanz nuclear facility before and after it was struck by the US forces. You can clearly see the impact of the strikes and how some structures were completely obliterated in the strikes. I want to go across now to Malika Pandey. She's a foreign affairs expert joining me. And I also have Major General J.K. Bansal, who's a defense expert. Coming to you first, Malika. We've been discussing since this really happened, you and I, of all of these developments. But what really would you like to say as far as the current situation is concerned?
Good evening, Vaishali. It's some really troubling times for us. After World War II, this is the first time that we are seeing multiple countries being involved in such a big conundrum, honestly. So it's really troubling times. What we're seeing is Iran is trying to overexhaust and overwhelm the Israeli and the US army continuously by bombarding not only at military sites but also at different strategic locations, like airports are being targeted, air bases are being targeted, the Strait of Hormuz is being closed. So Vishali, we are seeing economic crisis and the potential maybe World War III right in front of us now. Yes, Vishali.
All right, I want to go across to Major General J.K. Bansal. Major General Bansal, your opening comments as well, please.
Good evening, Vaishali. This is very unfortunate. Now the Iran is attacking in a very indiscriminate and reckless manner all the countries which are in the Middle East. Not only that, they have attacked the Cyprus, so they are closing the Hormuz Strait also. So they are in a desperation, in a very irresponsible manner Iran is behaving. But one thing I will tell you that yes, very soon America and Israel will finish their missiles, whatever missiles they are having, and then they will not have anything to do, because as such their air defense system is completely not there, and which they have. This Iran has given a statement that this HQ-9B, whatever was the air defense system of China, did not work, and that really because of that they could not protect their supreme leader. So now the way, because this IRGC or this Hezbollah, Houthi, Hamas, they have the kind of mentality that they are getting destroyed. Now Hezbollah is getting destroyed. Their commander, their intelligence chief has been killed. Similarly, in the IRGC also, they are now attacking all the countries. Now, one thing is there, it was very clearly made by the Middle East countries. Saudi Arabia has made the statement that we given writing and we committed that we will not let America use our airspace. Despite that, what was the logic that they attacked? And they did not only attack the American bases, they attacked the civilian structure, they have attacked the refinery. Aramco, this refinery was attacked by Iran. Similarly, in the Dubai also, the various buildings have been attacked. So there is no logic, no rational the way these IRGC, I will say IRGC only because we can't say Iran because Iran has got some sensible people also who has come out against the regime of Khamenei, and but some people like IRG specifically, IRG is about 1.5 lakh soldiers, and 6 lakh soldiers are of the real army of theirs. But the real army is not having any say. It's basically IRGC only. So let us see what happens. The next 2 3 days will be very critical, and after that, if it is being overwhelmed by America and Israel, then only they can be weaned. Otherwise, they will keep on doing all these, be attacking all the countries around. Back to you, Vasa.
Right. Now, of course, I will come back to my guest shortly. Now, Israel's Minister of Foreign Affairs has now shared a social media post as he visited strike sites in Israel. He stated, and I quote, "At the scene of the disaster in Beit Shemesh, where 9 people were deliberately murdered by the Iranian terror regime, all civilians,